let's get to the Powerade power play of the game, because it is Lucas Zelarayan's third goal from that MLS Cup as Columbus were able to win it. Just put the cherry on top, didn't it, from Columbus and the performance from both him and his team on the night.
Yes, it certainly did. You know, it was the Lucas Zelarayan final, and you can see they were just a bit better than Seattle in every area. You know, they wanted it more. The desire was there right away, and you've got a player like that. It's a wonderful goal when you look at it in isolation for anything. You know, ultimately pulling it across left foot strike, top corner. But for it to put that cherry on top and just say at that point they knew they won the cup. I like those moments. I love seeing people win things. It's what I gravitate to sport for. You know, I'm a big sports fan. You know, I watch a lot of other sports, and we've seen it this year, thankfully, with MLB and NBA being able to do it, the NHL. What a wonderful sports that was this year, being able to see the Lightning rightly lift the Stanley Cup. You know, I'm a big motorsport fan, and we've seen Hamilton do it, and Joan Mir in MotoGP and others. And for me, that moment when Columbus scored that goal, they knew they'd won. And that's really unique and special. We haven't had a lot of those moments in finals, in major finals.
It's the Victor Vasquez moment.
It is the Victor Vasquez moment, Luke. You're right. And just to put a cherry on this whole chat, we've had Greg Vanny talk about that on this show this year, and Victor Vasquez about that moment that when he scored, you knew. A lot of MLS finals over the last year, most of them have been decided by one goal. You don't know you've won until that whistle reaches that referee's mouth and he blows on it. And that moment, I think we knew. Well, we did know at that point. We probably knew before that, but 3-0 with 10 minutes to go, that was it. It was you and I go turn on our cameras and do a hit for SportsCenter now. So,
let people into the secrets. Yeah, the post-game SportsCenter hit. Fortunately, I was a little bit concerned because there was a chance that this would go right to extra time or to penalties, and we would have to turn it around and be on within 5 minutes live from, for me, what is my back bedroom here. And like with kids potentially waking up, screaming in the background, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with that Lucas Zelarayan third goal, by the 82nd minute, we were able to record something and get it in the bag with no. I don't want to be that YouTube, the YouTube sends the clip when the kid comes running into the room or something like that while you're live on television. So I've managed to avoid that all year so far. So I was quite happy with that third goal, but I was happy for Columbus as well, KJ. I went in thinking that Seattle would win it. I think a lot of people did. I thought their experience. I thought maybe Brian Smetzer, now looking back, he's got some criticism for the side that he picked in terms of not bringing in those players that had been there and done it before, and being maybe a little too faithful to the players that had got him there earlier in the playoffs. Right. But Columbus to come out and play the way they did, and for Zelarayan, the man that they had spent a lot of money on a club record transfer to come and perform the way he did and win that final for them amongst everything else. With a club that 2 years ago was maybe not even going to be there in Columbus, and chatting to both Caleb Porter and Jonathan Mensah in the build-up to the game. Mensah talking about that 2015 Eastern Conference final against TFC. I said to him about that game where Josie Altidore scored. It was the two legs. It was a tight 0-0 in Columbus. Wasn't much between those teams. And I said, I remembered going to Columbus for that first leg when Altidore and Javinko were suspended. And all the talk was about, would this team be gone? And Columbus didn't know where those players, when they went into that Eastern Conference final, didn't know if they would be still in Columbus, would be moving to Austin, would have jobs, would not have jobs, people around the club, the fans. And to see where that has come since then to now, and over the last 2 years of the new ownership, it was in the end, especially with a new stadium coming, a pretty special story for Columbus. I was pleased in the end that they were the winners and that they did it in that manner.